It's been over a year since my last indoor unit tutorial, so I figured it's time to update it. After all, the door is constantly getting jammed, it's starting to fall apart, and I find myself running out of space sometimes. The new base for our unit is going to be a 5-tier shoe stand. The brand name is Regular and I paid around $28 for it. You can fit at least 7 pairs in here. It has a wire grid design, so our UV light can pass through freely, and there's space at the bottom, so we can create a door that won't get jammed anymore. You can find all my materials in the description down below. The stand is very straightforward to put together. The sides go on first, then we put the shelves on. Repeat the same for the other side, and the middle connects together. Now that we built the base, we can add our walls. You can use any boxes you have laying around, and if you don't have any, you can get them for free from the USPS website. Open out your boxes, lay the stand down, and trace around it. You can score it with a knife and then simply break it off. It doesn't need to be perfect. After we made the panels, we're going to line it with some mylar film. This will help reflect the light. It's like aluminum foil, but it's thin and it doesn't get hot. To attach it, I'm using double-sided tape. Try to line up at least one side. Next, pull it slightly so it's not loose, and finally stick down the other side. Then you can cut off the excess. It helps if you have metal scissors. After the mylar film is secured, we can poke some holes into the corners and the sides and attach each panel using zip ties. I used 3 zip ties to attach the door. Again, it does not need to be perfect. As long as we're keeping the light mostly contained, we're good to go. The grow light that I'm using is from a company called Flyzen, and I paid around $60 for it. If you already have one, you don't need to buy a new one. These lights come with 2 switches. Turn them both on. The light will sit at the very top of the shoe stand for good airflow, and we'll build our last panel around it. To show you that it works, I'm going to try it out on this pair of Playoff 12s. This is mainly intended for rubber and icy soles. Do not attempt this on frosty white Jordan 5 netting. The solution I'm using is Salon Cure 50. You paint it on, cover it in saran wrap, and place it inside the unit. For bigger shoes, you may have to put them sideways. The unit stays mostly cool, but the light produces a mild amount of heat. For that reason, I don't put shoes on the top rack. The bottom 3 are perfectly fine to use though. I normally do 8-hour sessions per day. If you plan on doing more, check on your shoes to make sure it's not getting too warm in there. This is a side-by-side comparison after 2 hours. And these are the results after 5 to 6 hours total. For some shoes, there's a limit as to how far you can unyellow. It mostly depends on the age and the wear. Generally speaking, icy soles are going to take much longer. So that's the end of this quick tutorial, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know down below. Hope you guys have a great new year, and I'll see you in the next one.